What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another I'm JoKen podcast. It's your man Kenny here. I'm joined by John.
What's up,
Say what up.
guys?
And unfortunately, we're missing Mike today. You guys know shit happens. We're all adults, and we're not always available, but we make do with what we can, and we still try to come at you guys with some fire content. So
Of
thank you all for
course.
joining.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties there, but we got it all sorted out. I don't know why. OBS has really been like messing with me this whole week. Like I was streaming earlier today, and then like my desktop audio didn't want to like come through, so then I fixed it. So then I switched over to like my podcast setup, and now that's just fucking up too. So I have to fix it again. So I don't know how many of my setups are fucked up now, but it's working now. I'm not gonna complain.
Matters. That's all that matters.
Oh, also shout out to Young Broke Boy with two Y's for telling us that he couldn't hear Ken.
We appreciate it, bro. Thank you for tuning in, by the way.
Yeah, of course, because honestly, without him, it would have been a whole podcast of me just talking to myself.
Literally, bro. That's all that.
You sound kind of weird again. Young
Do
Brook
I?
Boy, does he sound good to you?
Mic check. Mic check, oh boy.
Like, it sounds like it's, well, at least for me. You said it sounds good, so I don't know.
Alright, just
Maybe,
keep it pushing.
yeah, fuck it, let's just keep it pushing. Alright, so, last week, we're gonna save the Falcon and the Winter Soldier for a little bit later, because it's kind of like,
Yeah.
he sounds far. He said you sound far.
Do I sound far?
I mean, you sound good to me. I don't know. Let's just keep pushing. All right. So basically, it ended last week. We're gonna stay with our new like little segment type thing where we talk about it at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Because it's always like a spoiler talk, and anybody that's like tuning in like, ah shit, they're talking about spoilers right away. So we're gonna keep it for the end. The best for
Hmm.
last, because we love that shit. But
That's for
I
sure.
I got a few pretty good topics. So about 2 weeks ago, we talked about the worst movies we've ever seen. And you mentioned that we should do like a top movies that we've ever seen, and we didn't do it last week, so I was like, "Yep, let's
Right.
do it this week." So you said you had about 8 to 10 movies, right?
Yeah, I think I have about 9 right now.
Holy crap! Let me hear these. From 9 to 1.
All right, from 9 to 1.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be difficult 'cause I didn't really order it, but I'll try to remember what I say. So at number 9, I'm gonna have Mystic River.
Okay.
Um, and that's actually it's like a crime thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, it wouldn't really be spoilers. It came out in the 90s.
Right.
But it's about these kids that grow up together. They all kind of live in the same neighborhood and, as they grow up and they get older. They
Yeah.
eventually have kids, bring families into the same neighborhood. They all get really close, like the wives and the kids and stuff. And
Right.
then one of the teenagers actually goes missing. Um, so that was a really really good like I would call it more thriller because it didn't really have to do so much with crime.
Right.
Um, but there were a lot of points in there that were kind of like mind fucks. It was just a really good story overall to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then at number 8, I'm gonna have Goodfellas.
Okay.
Have you seen that movie or not?
I think I have. It's been a while, but I think I saw it.
Yeah, so that's actually one of my favorite movies of all time. Um, and it's obviously a mob movie.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, and fun fact about that movie is that they actually had one shot, like one scene where it was one continuous shot, and the shot actually follows the main character through like a bar, but
Yeah.
since he's plugged in with the mob, he's able to go in through the kitchen. So he
Mm-hmm.
goes through the back, and you have all these people walking in front of the camera and shit while it's still following him. He's greeting people, and they still have dialogue like within that uncut scene.
Mm-hmm.
So that was amazing. Like once I caught on to that, it made the movie 10 times better for me. Only because that's such a big feat, and for the time especially.
Mm-hmm. That's number 8.
Um, yeah, at number 7, I have Pulp Fiction.
Oh, of course, a classic.
Um, yeah, it's definitely a classic. I love that movie. And just the kind of way of storytelling that there's a bunch of different characters, a bunch of different storylines that all meet up at the end to form one huge circle. I always think that those movies are really amazing, especially when the story's told really well.
Before you continue on with your list, how many
Mhm.
Quentin Tarantino movies are on your list? Because I know you love all of his movies for the most part.
Including that one three.
How don't I know?
I know I didn't want to overkill with it, but like I feel like his way of storytelling is simply amazing.
No, I agree. Like,
Um,
I think Pulp Fiction might have been one of the first movies I've seen of his, and it's a very interesting way to tell a story.
Absolutely, and then he just keeps doing that. He has I think nine or not 8 or 9 other movies. Because I think he was gonna stop at 10.
Hmm.
Um, so he was either almost there or with his last release, that was 10. I'm not too sure.
I'd be really interested to see him take on a Marvel movie and see how he would do that.
I don't know. I think he would bring too much brains into it. Like have the audience would have to think too much.
I mean,
Um,
why not? It'd
what
be
what what
different.
I what I- what I would say, it would be different. Absolutely. What I would say is that when Zack Snyder did Watchmen, I
Hmm.
really enjoyed that story, especially bringing light to characters that I didn't know about prior to the movie, even though it was a comic and things like that. Um, but Quentin Tarantino Watchmen film might be kind of cool because they have Rorschach, or how to pronounce his name.
Yeah,
He's
the
like a
dude with the
detective.
mask shit.
Yeah, exactly. So he's a detective, and I feel like one thing that I really liked about the original Watchmen is that it told a story from his point of view. Like he narrated the entire film. So I feel like keeping him as a main character, letting Quentin Tarantino take the reins, that would be a dope ass film.
Okay. Now next up is
Um,
6, right, or 7?
is it? I think
It might be 6. Yeah, you said 3
it's
movies.
six. It's
All right.
six. Yeah, yeah. All right. So at 6, I'm gonna put Identity.
This is new
That's
to me.
another thriller. Yeah, that's a thriller. It's actually really old. I think it's like '05. Um, and growing up, me and my dad, we always watched movies, and that was kind of one of his favorite genres, was a thriller.
Right.
So I got into them, and to this day, like those movies stuck with me, and I was maybe like 10, 11 watching them. So those are films that I consider like my favorite because they've stuck with me throughout this time, and I can still sit down and watch them. Um, At number 5, I'm gonna go with Shawshank Redemption.
Oof. I love this one too.
Yeah, yeah, I love Shawshank Redemption. Um, a pretty lengthy film, but they really utilize their time really well. And overall, it's just a really good plot. Like the storytelling is really amazing. Um, and you have sad scenes, you have happy scenes, you have like the main characters go through turmoil. They obviously are stuck in jail trying to find a way to get out. So that's just an amazing film all in all.
Okay.
Number 4, I'm gonna put Snatch, which is actually a Guy Ritchie film.
Hmm.
So similar to Quentin Tarantino's way of storytelling and kind of world building. But Guy Ritchie does UK based films. So Jason Statham is the main character in that movie. Um, and that's again going off of the Quentin Tarantino bit. The way that he tells his stories is that he tells a bunch of occurring stories that all come together at the end. And just to see the way that um, the characters end up where they do,
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. That if I recommend one movie out of this entire list, it would be Snatch.
So would that be number 1?
It's
Like
not my favorite
in
movie
terms
of
of
all time.
ranking?
I wouldn't even say that because I do have a few more. I have 3 more that I think are better than that.
Okay.
So number, what is it? 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put What Dreams May Come. That's a damn. Oh, there we go. It's a Robin Williams film.
May you rest in peace.
And may he rest in peace. Absolutely, he was a great actor, a great comedian. Um, and Cuba Gooding is in it. And it's like a really really deep take on kind of the story for Bruce Almighty.
Right.
Um, so what happens is, and not to give too much away, because for our listeners and our viewers, I do want you guys to check him out, like especially if you have time. But his son commits suicide, and then him and his wife are depressed. Obviously after that tragic incident, so his wife actually commits suicide to be with their son in the afterlife. Um, and then to follow them, Robin Williams. I think he just dies like of natural cause or like maybe an accident or something. I don't remember exactly what happened.
Isn't this like
But he
the set?
follows them. He thinks that
Sorry,
they're in.
sorry to interrupt you, but isn't there another movie where his son
Are you
also
go?
commits suicide?
Yeah, that's World's Greatest Dad.
Oh,
He died
okay.
from asphyxiation. Like he was beating his shit, and he actually tied.
Yeah. He does it.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. So yes, yes. But so he follows them to heaven. They're not in heaven. He follows them to hell because they committed suicide. So that they say that that's where you go if you commit suicide.
Mhm.
And it's just a really really well told story. One of my all time favorites. Like definitely, this list was pretty good. It's in my top three for sure. Um, Number two, I think I'm gonna put Forrest Gump. Um, I don't know, something about that movie always stuck with me. Especially when actors can really really perform like a disability very well.
Yeah.
And obviously Forrest was slow. So just to see Tom Hanks in that role, like I love that movie. I can literally sit down and watch all 2 hours of it at any given point of any day.
I gotta actually rewatch it
Um,
because it's been so long since I've watched it.
yeah, honestly, it was on cable the other day, and we had just me and my parents had just finished eating,
What's
and
cable?
yeah, exactly. We still have it, but we just sat down and watched it from like maybe an hour in.
Hmm.
So we watched the rest and like nothing, bro. The time flew by. Um, and my number one, it's gonna move on my list down the line.
Hmm.
But my number one right now is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Shout out to Quentin Tarantino once again.
That's a recent one, right?
Uh, yeah. So it was I think 2019. I actually saw it in the theaters with my pops, and I think it's a runtime of 2:30 as well. Um, but this was one of the films that I was recommending that you watch. It's again classic Quentin Tarantino, but you have the story of Sharon Tate and
Hmm.
Charles Manson, and he does it in like an alternate universe. So the you know the events play out on his time.
Right.
So that's my number one, and I did miss a few, which I just want to throw out there really quickly. I know I'm taking a
Honorable
lot of time with
mentions,
this
of
segment.
course. Nah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. Two honorable mentions. One is gonna be The Gentleman,
Hmm.
which is Matthew McConaughey. And it's actually about the marijuana business. So he gets caught up in the States and he goes out to the UK.
Hmm.
Um, it's just an overall really good film. And one that I should have included on the list, maybe if I would have created the list a little bit with a little bit more time, is Inglorious Bastards.
That
So
is a
that's
really good one. Holy crap!
yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
I really love the glory. You know what? Fuck it. I'm adding that to mine.
So then I'll let you talk about it.
I completely forgot about Inglorious Bastards. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna write it. I'm just gonna fucking say it. Glorious
Talk about
Bastards,
it
my number.
now.
Glorious Bastards, my
Yeah,
number five fucking movie. Because you know what? The opening scene is just it just grabbed me. The
yeah.
fucking
Oh my, the tension in that scene, it's
dude.
ridiculous.
I was like, yo, this movie's fucking great. Like, I'm not even gonna say anything. Just go watch it. Honestly, it's such a good movie.
Christopher Waltz in that movie. I think that was my first time seeing him ever,
He's
and I
the
was
one
blown away
that
by
that
his
drinks the milk,
performance.
right? Christopher Waltz.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful
I
performance.
think I think it's Christoph because he's in
Hmm.
Django Unchained.
So that's my number 5. My number 4, I had to go with the classic Toy Story, man. Like
Oh
honestly,
man,
it's such a memorable movie, dude. That like once you watch it, you think as a kid, you think, are my toys alive?
absolutely.
And then
That's
you
that's
you just
that's a good
you
choice.
be peeking in your room like, yo, are you about to move? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, you be in their ear talking to Woody like, bro, if you could talk, please, I won't tell anybody. Just talk to me.
Yeah, that movie is
That
so
that's a
memorable.
that's
The
a really
se-
good
the
choice,
second
actually.
one too. The third and fourth, I don't care that much for. But the second one's
I
good
didn't
too.
mind though.
I mean,
The
I don't
last one
mind
was
it.
actually really good.
I don't remember it, and that's a bad thing.
The CGI, like the whatever they use for effects, that shit was amazing. They had some
Uh,
beautiful shots in that film.
I will say this on the third one, where well, it's like it came out like 10 years ago.
Right.
When Andy gave away his toys, I felt that shit.
Yeah.
That shit,
Heartbroken.
that shit hurt.
I was going through what they was going through as toys.
Yeah, I was like, shit, that shit hurt. But number 3, this movie's such a fucking classic. Welcome to
Let me
Good
hear.
Burger, home of the Good Burger. How can I take your order? Bruh, I love Keenan and
Wow.
Kel so much that when they made a movie, and I thought it was like part of like the show, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But still, that's such a
Mm.
fucking good movie, dude. I actually own it on DVD. It's over there, but I don't feel like getting it. Fucking great
Wow.
movie. You haven't seen Good Burger? It's a fucking hilarious movie.
You know what? You know that's a really deep cut because I don't know if you remember, and I think I may have mentioned it to you before. You remember Mr. Meaty on like Nick at Night, like the really terrifying puppet show,
No.
and they were like really disgusting, and then they always dealt with like monsters. They worked in a mall, and they actually worked in a burger spot. So I don't know why, like mentally, the connection's always there with Good Burger and Mr. Meaty.
Because it's such a disgusting place, maybe.
Maybe I don't know, bro. I
Cause
don't
I
know.
remember like the guy that was cooking the burgers. He killed the fly and he like licked the
Yeah.
spatula.
Yep. Yep. Hell yeah.
That's such a good movie. Number 2, and this is the movie that made me fall in love with dinosaurs. It's the freaking original Jurassic Park. Like, bruh, the tension in that movie with the freaking dinosaurs and everything, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Such a good movie. I love the first 3, and I fairly enjoy the sequels too.
I did too. I did too.
Cause honestly, I'm all for it. I don't even care if the plot's horrible. I just want to see big ass dinosaurs fight and eat
Yeah,
people.
a world with dinosaurs.
Yeah. And obviously, if you know me, you would have seen this coming from like a mile away.
Let me hear it.
My number 1 is The Dark Knight. I mean, come on. Come on.
Yeah,
Like, Heath Ledger
that's a
fucking
really
kills
good
it.
choice.
I love freaking this guy's Batman.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Heath
rest in peace
Ledger.
to Heath. Apparently, he was supposed to be like in the third movie, but they had to kind of write him out.
Yep.
We'll talk about writing out later, too. There's something else that had to be written out in the show we watched. And
Okay. Bet.
that's for the end of the show. Um, Also, I have a topic that I mentioned to you like before it. So
Yeah.
I told you about like Twitch and then pools.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
You
know
were saying a little bit about it, but we saved it.
do you know anything about this?
No, I can honestly say I don't know anything about it.
So, for those of you that don't know much about Twitch, which would be ironic because some of you are in Twitch, but on Twitch, there's a category called just chatting, and basically this is where you just chat with your chat, and some people saw the rules and they were like, oh, you can't wear like revealing clothing unless it's like in an appropriate setting.
Right.
So there's a lot of females that are on Twitch that they buy a mini pool,
Gotcha.
they buy a big floaty, and they go in a bikini, and they just
Wow.
stream. And they get like thousands upon thousands of views. And I'm not hating.
No, no.
Because honestly, they saw the rules, they saw a loophole, and now they're making bank. And I'm like, I'm all for it. It's like OnlyFans, except you don't have to do all the revealing stuff.
And you kind of already take your existing fan base.
Yeah, literally all you have to do is just sit there on a floaty in a little pool and just reach out, and then you just get bunch of like notifications, like, oh, this guy subscribed, oh, this guy donated. I'm like, God damn, I was really
You
born as the
know,
wrong. I was born as the wrong gender.
I feel that I'm actually gonna my next stream is actually gonna be me in a pool with a speedo, no floaties though, and we're gonna see how much we can get.
It's gonna be you sitting like all like with your feet crossed up, just playing games.
Right.
And then every so often you're gonna like flap the pool, like, what's up guys? Welcome to the stream.
Exactly. I'm in the pool. My setup is now located outside in my front lawn.
That's crazy. I really wish I could do that because like I envy it. I'm like, yo, more power to you, because I
Yeah, for
can't do
sure.
that.
Make use of what you got. I mean, it's there for a reason.
But yeah, I wanted to just like bring that up because I thought it was
Hmm.
hilarious.
That actually is really funny.
So, did you read up on all the Apex stuff that came out today?
Yes, yes. Shout out to you for sending me the
Of
patch notes.
course, because
Um,
I actually streamed myself just reading at the like at 1 o'clock. It was fun,
yeah. Honestly, bro, I can't wait for these changes to be made.
dude. I'm like so burnt out of this season because especially today that I read like the patch notes, and I read
Yeah,
all this shit. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to play this shit anymore. I just want to just I
just
want to
wait
like just take a break until like Tuesday it comes out and I just fucking consume all that shit. I'm a Valk main.
already.
I'm already calling it. I'm buying her like
Honestly,
$20 bundle.
I'm just gonna stick with Bang, bro. I'm so comfortable using her already. It's like I really don't know any of the other legends ultis, so I wouldn't make good use of them. But
Nah,
I
she's
feel
good.
like we have a really good team running Valkyrie. Is it Valkyrie or Valkyrie?
Valkyrie.
Yeah, so we have a really good team running Valkyrie. Maybe like Octane and Bang.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to use the bow because that shit apparently doesn't make a lot of noise. So I'll just be there, just throw my fucking bow at people and they won't even know it.
And they have that hop up to make it shoot faster.
And a shotgun too.
Yes, make it into a shotgun. 30-30 repeater, also getting that spread rounds.
Yeah, I looked up a video. I think maybe IGN. No, it was in a subreddit. Already
Mhm.
it does like 54 damage. I'm like, you know what? That's a good
Depending on the
amount.
fire rate, that's a really good
That's a
amount because
really
most of the shotguns do what, like 60? 54 to 60, something like that.
the Eva does around 80. The Mastiff does around
Mm.
100. But that's like a good like you unload your first gun. You like
Yep.
they have
Yep.
half health. You just switch to the 30-30 and just pop them.
And the one good thing about that too is that you also have the 30-30 in the marksman class now. So a new set of ammo to pick up. You don't have to worry about
Oh,
running two heavies.
it's not.
No
I,
shot.
yeah, they use the same amount of ammo, like the same type of ammo.
No shot. So why did they do another
I
class?
I don't know, but this 30-30 still uses heavy. The G7 still uses
Uses light.
I don't know what the I mean they moved the triple take to the care package.
Right. And
But,
they brought the
but
peacekeeper back.
yeah, but I don't know like what ammo that would take. It'd probably be energy again. Um
Well, no, if it's in a care package, then it might use that red ammo, like
no,
the
I'm saying like let's say if they were to take it out of the care package,
yeah.
I think it would use like energy ammo because there used to be an energy gun.
I know recently it was the sniper ammo, right?
Yeah.
It would make more sense as an energy weapon, though.
Yeah. But I'm hyped. I can't wait to
No,
use
I'm super hyped.
you've never used a peacekeeper, right?
I did back when it was ground loot still.
Bro, that gun is so toxic.
And but they lowered the reload time, so it takes longer to reload
It's
and
it's
in
it's
between shots.
it's still gonna be toxic because that gun is
I
just
can
toxic.
imagine. I can imagine.
Because the
I'm
thing
actually
is,
looking. Go
what's
ahead.
up?
No, 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 go ahead.
The thing with that gun is like the spread is like a person. So it's like a
Right,
like imagine a stick figure. That's a spread. Whereas the massive is just horizontal, and
right.
then the Eva 8 is like an 8, but doesn't really do that much damage. So you
Hmm.
can just imagine, you just aim at center mass, and all the pellets are probably gonna hit him.
Yeah, even if you can aim high, get a headshot, you probably get a crazy
And
multiplier on that.
and with the choke, you can make it tighter.
Right, right.
So
So less bullet spread, more damage.
so it's just stupid.
Um,
I can't wait.
the one big thing that I am looking forward to is the map changes. So I think it's on Olympus. There's a spacecraft that landed,
Yeah.
and it brought with it some kind of like plant or living. I don't know if it's a plant or like an actual living being that's like all over the map. It's like taking over, and you can get key cards from the dead um the dead people on the ship
Yeah. I think
that were consumed by the infection.
I hope the vault isn't just in there. Like I hope there's more vaults out throughout the map.
From what I was reading and what I heard, it's just in there.
Hmm.
It's just on the spacecraft.
Might be a very hot drop in the beginning of the season.
They said that that's the best loot in the area is in the vault.
We'll see how it plays out. I'm
Oh,
really
absolutely.
excited for the armor changes where you drop with like white equipment. I feel
Yep.
like that was long overdue.
And did I know they took away the level 1. Did they also take it away from damn, what is it? Never mind. We'll come back to that
The
cuz I have to
shield?
gather my thoughts on that. No, no, I know the shield. Like let's say you shield swap. Do you
Right.
drop white shield?
Yes.
So it'll still be a pickup. It just won't be in ground loot.
No, it's the white shield is still ground loot. They just reduced how often it spawns.
Got you. Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So which is good. The white helmet. I feel like every time you picked up a white helmet, you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's the same as having nothing.
I'm just like, I don't really feel like it really improved anything, especially with the white, especially like the white knockdown too. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that literally buys you 1 second until somebody jumps over your fucking shield and hits you with one bullet.
Yeah. So I think that was a good decision on them to just give you that start. I'm also happy
Yeah,
for
we
the.
we
What's
we we
up?
had that little trial with that new game mode, so we were able to get used to it. But I feel like making its way into everyday play, we'll get used to it really fast.
Also, I'm excited for Arena because I feel like sometimes when you haven't played the game in a while, and then you just want to just shoot people, just get
Yep.
your aim right.
Mhm.
Like it can be kind of daunting to just hot drop because
Yep.
one, your aim is kind of shit because you haven't played in a while. So you're probably gonna get yourself killed. And you gotta wait all that I gotta go back to the lobby, ready up, pick your
Yep.
legend, drop down. I feel like with the arena, you just gotta just go in there, just shoot people.
Yeah, that's literally it. Rounds of 3v3. And I think it's one life per round, so
Yeah.
you spawn, but at the start of a new round.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that shit is gonna be really, really fun. I'm gonna be on that all the time.
Facts. I'm really excited for this season.
Hell yeah. One thing before I'm not sure if we're moving subjects now, but one thing that I do want Apex to add
Mm-hmm.
is a ready up from within the game. So if you're gonna stick with your same squad, whether it be
Yeah.
2 or 3 of you guys, you can literally just press one button, ready up, without going back to the lobby. Cause we don't go to the lobby. It's not like in Fortnite, which they've come up with ways to fix that, or in Call of Duty where you actually have to change your character. Like
Mm-hmm.
you literally can change it at the start of each round. Like either let us pick who we want at the start in the start lobby, or give it to us in between matches. Give us like our locker and then a ready up button from within that same game.
Well, I mean, it should. They don't even need to do all that. They just need to do like you die, press Y to ready up again. Because
That's what I'm saying.
when the next thing starts, you still have to pick your legend again.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's like, why am I going back to the lobby to just go back? It's like, just take out the middleman.
Exactly.
The
The
middleman's
one the
doing
one
nothing.
the one thing that I will say, they're moving in the right direction by adding another game mode.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's say like you said, you have a hot drop, you haven't played in a while, and you just get loot off spawn, and
Right.
then you're like, fuck this, I want to play arena. Now you have a reason to go back to the lobby.
Yeah, that's true. But still, I don't know. I feel like if you still want to keep playing BR, you just press Y again. If you want to play Arena, you just press B. You just go back to
It's
the lobby.
it could all be so simple, bro.
Because I don't think people are gonna be switching back and forth between BR and lot and arena.
Not very often. You'll start out with one, and then it's fine. Okay, I played fucking 3 games of arena. Let's jump into some BR. I'm fine with the little minute or two that it takes me to go to the lobby and to get into another game.
I
But
will
if I'm
say
gonna
this.
if I'm sitting on BR, bro,
Mhm.
which you know we play for hours on end. If I'm sitting there, I literally shouldn't have to waste time going back to the lobby.
I will say this. They said they're gonna add ranked arenas.
Hmm.
That shit's gonna be so sweaty, bro.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be toxic
Like
as
I
hell.
can already feel the sweat in that shit. Like I can't
Well,
even picture like what type of sweat shit they're gonna do. Like
they're gonna have mad predators in the arena matches, and fucking if they don't have skill base, they're just gonna throw you with throw you with some fucking people that have been playing since day one.
be like, I just downloaded Apex. Let me try out this arena mode. Fucking 3 stack predator. I'm like, well, fuck
Exactly.
me.
One thing that I would like to see, almost, I think I would like this in every single game because of the way that technology is moving now. I
Mm.
feel like proximity chat would be so fucking toxic, bro.
Oh my
Just
god.
adding
Imagine just doing a finisher of somebody, just talking shit the entire time.
exactly like even Call of Duty did something really cool where if you're eliminating somebody or let's say you're playing search and destroy and you kill them, you can hear them for like 5 seconds,
Bro,
but
you
you
know what?
can't talk back to them.
It gives me life when you hear a little kid like, "Mom," like, damn
Yeah.
it.
That shit would be so sick. Like even if Fortnite added it, I think that would be really cool. Cause proximity chat and that is like you're talking mad shit to somebody while you're fucking building up on them,
Mm-hmm.
and you're right there.
It shouldn't be hard because I remember all the way back in COD 4, they had a perk that gave you proximity chat.
Yeah,
So they should definitely add it.
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Of course, it has to be one way because if like the killer's like talking shit too, then it's just it's a madness.
Yeah, if they do it 2 way, then it would be we would see so many more clips from Ninja bringing back the old toxic PUBG days. What'd you say to me, you little shit? I'm literally gonna pull that card. If they bring it, I'm literally pulling that card every time that I can, bro.
I hope this. I hope someone like suggested it because it shouldn't be that hard to implement.
No, not at all. The one thing with Apex is that it's always been pretty weird with chat. Like I rather sit in a party with all Xbox players than talk to randoms online.
Yeah, I don't even really talk to randoms when I solo queue and ranked.
Yeah, I would talk to them when I'm busting that ass.
Honestly, I think the best way for them to do it is if they do it with finishers because that would encourage people to do finishers more often.
Right, right. And the simple fact that you can't cancel the finisher once you're in it,
No,
so it's like
you can at the beginning, but not like
yeah, yeah, not
once
when you're in it.
once it passed a certain point of the finisher, you can't cancel.
Exactly. So imagine you're just finishing somebody and you get the last seconds before their death. Like, yo, that shit would be so much fun, bro. I
Pro
would
tip,
literally not be in a
pro
party.
pro tip for anybody that plays Apex here. There's a way to kind of like bamboozle people that are down. So if they just keep their shield up, let's say they got like the gold shield, you do their finisher, you cancel it, and then you fucking just shoot them because most times they just let go of the shield button.
Yep.
So they just sit there like, ah, crap, and you just unload on them.
Mhm. You get mad damage.
Yeah. But all right, chat. This is the point of the show where we get into spoiler territory. We're gonna be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It just ended last week. We're gonna talk about the whole series as a whole, and the last episode. So fair warning, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers.
Mhm.
So if you haven't watched it, you should stop listening now. Thank you for listening though, and take care of yourself. But now we're gonna talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What did you think of the last episode?
All right. I'm gonna be completely honest.
You didn't watch it.
I did. I did.
Okay.
All right. So let's give our thoughts on the last episode, and then we'll give our thoughts on the series as a whole because I have a lot to say about the series, in as one whole piece.
hmm
The last episode for me was a little bit lackluster. Not to say that it let me down, but I had, which is always bad. I
hmm
had an expectation going into it. and it just didn't live up to what I feel like its full potential.
Right.
Um, it wasn't bad. It definitely set up a lot of world building for the next phase moving forward. Even if it's just more contained within just the Falcon and Winter Soldier storylines, respectively.
You mean Captain America?
Yeah, yeah. What were your thoughts on it?
Well, it's I enjoyed it. You know,
Mhm.
it was an okay finale. It felt, I don't know, like there were some parts that felt kind of a little out of character. Like, for example, the I don't know. I liked it, but it's like it wasn't like, oh my god, this was amazing. Also,
It
the end
should have.
credit,
It should have. It should have
it
been.
should have been, but it wasn't like, oh my god, it was amazing. Like I like that they showed off Captain America using his like new wings and using the shield at the same time.
Right. Still getting used to it.
It's cool, but it's kind of weird. Like I feel like he's kind of like, I have a shield, let me just throw it because I'm flying. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels weird.
Well, because he's not a superhuman, he can't use the shield to its full potential. Like, bro, that
Right.
shit is made out of vibranium. If he could throw it any harder than he can right now, he would be chopping people's fucking heads off left and right.
True. But I'll give the benefit of the doubt in that he just put on the suit, so maybe he
Right.
doesn't know all the little features it has. So he's probably just, he's still in the beginner phase. This is his year one.
Yeah, and the one thing that I did like about that, the inexperience meaning,
Mm-hmm.
is that he still reverts to his old ways using all of the Falcon tech. So
Yeah.
like if he can't hit somebody with the shield really hard or they're like overpowering him, he'll
Mm-hmm.
throw on the jets and like push him through a fucking a wall or something.
Which is actually
So
it's a Marvel vs. Capcom like little reference because and in the game it's called Shield Bash, and it's where Captain America like launches himself with the shield.
yeah, like with his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that is dope.
Let's see. You find out that this girl is a power broker, which everybody saw that coming.
Yeah,
I was like,
especially the last few episodes.
wow, she's. Hey, you know what's crazy? Another episode where she's like, you won't guess what I got. I got access to all. Yo, every episode she's just talking on the phone. I'm like, I wonder if the director was like, all right, so this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna talk on the phone for this scene. I'm like, okay. Next scene, you're gonna talk on the phone again.
Right.
Okay. Next scene, guess what? You're gonna talk on the phone once again. And it's like,
But that's one of the reasons why we saw her being the power broker. Like we guessed this shit on week 3, bro.
so. Oh, I wanted to mention. Well, I'll save that for when we review the show overall. But I
Hmm.
think the finale was just decent. The after credits was kind of ass. I like that John Walker became U.S. agent and they gave him like a comic accurate like suit.
One thing that I didn't like
Mm-hmm.
was how easily Bucky and Sam let him be like a part of their mission.
Yes,
You know what I mean? It's kind of like he just fucking killed somebody. He just went off the rails.
that's what
And
I
they're like,
want.
"All right, hold my hand. We're going to go beat some ass. Let's just
That's
go."
I remember now. That's because I saw it like last week. That's one of the weird reasons why I was kind of weirded out because there's a scene where it's like Bucky and U.S. agent. They're like running. They're like, oh, buddy. I'm like,
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. And it's just like how corrupt, obviously they're gods compared to normal humans.
right.
They're gods. They're god status. So they can do whatever the fuck they want, but it's almost like they throw their morals out the window whenever it comes time to move the plot forward. And it's
Hmm.
like you were saying earlier, it's uncharacteristic.
Yeah, it just kind of threw me off for a bit. I'm like, they're not really friends. Why are they acting so friendly to each other?
Fighting side by side, going to battle like they're brothers and shit. I'm just like, bro, give me a break. We could have left US what is it? US agent?
Yeah, U.S. agent.
We could have left his ass in the shadows. He literally could have just popped up at the end of the episode, like to talk to damn, what was it, Veronica? The person
Yeah.
that was like trying to hire him.
Mm-hmm.
They literally could have left him in the shadows the whole episode until that point, and I would have been like, oh shit, I forgot about him. This is cool. But
I
instead,
don't.
they fucking force feed you.
I disagree. I feel like the scene where he looks at the, I forgot the name of the evil chick, the redhead girl, and then he looks at the car full of people,
Carly,
and then
Carly, Carly.
yeah, and then he looks at the car full of people and decides to save them. I think he needed that scene because I
I
feel
mean,
like that.
he
I feel
was
like
kind of
that's the
beyond
scene,
saving.
but that's the scene that he was like, "Fuck, all right, I gotta like, I gotta help these people out. Like, screw Carly, let me help these people out." I feel like
But
he needed that scene.
that bothered me because again, uncharacteristic. He was on this fucking rampage, killing anybody and everybody who was part of the Flag Smashers, and
Mm-hmm.
now he just comes and he's like, "Oh, you know what? They accepted me as part of the group. I gotta, they're relying on me to save these people." And it's like, bro, you wouldn't give a fuck. You literally had the person in front of you that killed your best friend, your brother in arms, Lamar. Which last week we forgot his name. His name was Lamar.
Right.
Um, but you literally had her in your grasp. Like history within the show at least would tell me that he's such a corrupt individual and he has so many mental problems that he should have just stood fighting her like, oh fuck them. And then Bucky or Falcon would have had to stop what they're doing to save the people, or they would have just died. You know what I
But
mean? Like I
maybe,
feel like
may
that would have presented the character in a more realistic, way to me, that I like, a believable way.
but because he did that, he lost everything he worked for. So you don't think like
Well,
maybe him going through that made him realize like he can't be that same person he was before, like the same person he was as Captain America, he can't be as U.S. agent,
I
and
would say
maybe,
no. I would say
and
no, bro,
then
because it was such a short turnover time.
true, it was
Like
last
literally, it
episode.
was what, 3 weeks or some shit. Like, bro, he just got exiled by the fucking U.S. He walked out of court and everything, and then he's just back again wearing the same suit. Made his own shield, and it's like, bro, where, like, what? Where's this coming from?
I will say this though, I am interested to see where he pops up again because
Yeah,
I do think he's one of like the things that I liked about the show. Like
really?
I actually liked his character. I felt like him being so conflicted was kind of interesting, and I also like Zemo because Zemo is
Oh, I
just,
love Zemo.
bro. Did you see the story I posted the other day about Zemo?
Mm-mm,
So on
I don't
Spotify,
know.
they have the song in episode 3 when they go to the club. It's like
Yeah.
low, 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 low. So on Spotify, if you play the song, it plays him in a loop doing this, and I was like, yo, this is just perfect.
That's awesome. You
Yeah.
know, fun fact about that scene. Whenever, and I'm not sure if it's all productions, like all movie productions, but
Hmm.
whenever Marvel does a scene where it involves music, like heavy music, like for example at the club,
Yeah.
they play the song for a few minutes before they yell action, and when they yell action, everything's quiet. All that music is added on post production.
Really.
Yeah, so they're literally the people in the back getting crazy, dancing and shit
Hmm.
to nothing. It's a song that they had to remember how it went to stay with the rhythm.
I didn't
So
know
I
that.
felt like that makes that scene with Zemo even better.
I love that they released like a Zebo cut. It's like an hour long of him just going like this.
Yep.
But yeah, if I had to give a rating for the finale, I give it like a 7 or 6.
I think I'm gonna be nice here and give it a 7.
Yeah. I think I'll just stick with a 6.5.
I
I feel
just feel
like
like they left too many plot holes. They definitely didn't capitalize on a lot of things that they had to pay off.
hmm
Like I'm sure if we were to go rewatch the series, it's like, oh, this loose end was never tied up. Which maybe, just maybe that's gonna come full circle in a future movie.
maybe
But
maybe there's some kind of like seeds that they planted that we didn't realize, and we'll probably realize that further down the line.
Exactly.
But as it stands right now, it just kind of feels like, and that it was like, all right. I'm glad I didn't pay for it, but I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like nothing to like cry home
Yeah.
about. Uh
Regarding the finale, because I do want to give our take on the entire series as a whole, but
oh yeah, we're gonna get to that in a bit.
what I did like was actually when Bucky made amends with the last name on his list,
I like that too.
and and we don't get the entire conversation. We just get the start of it.
Hmm.
Meaning Bucky with the old man,
Right.
Mr. Chang, I think it was. Um, so he's telling him like, "Oh, I gotta tell you something," while staring at the picture of his dead son.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was a really really pivotal moment for Bucky as a character, and I can't wait to see him in future anything, shows, movies, anything. I really have grown attached to the character.
Actually, I gotta go back on my rating. I'm gonna give it a 7. You know why?
Why?
Ah, that scene with Isaiah Bradley at the end, bro. That shit really got
Yes,
me.
that shit hit.
That was
That
a
shit
really
really hit.
beautiful scene.
It was. It was.
Also, shout out to that actor. I don't know his real name, but he killed it as Isaiah Bradley. Like,
Nah, he did his thing. He was always so emotional, like so he's always so emotionally charged. It was like, this is good. This is some good ass acting.
it was. He was also one of the things that I didn't expect from the series that I actually liked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're gonna do it, but I totally watch an Isaiah Bradley like movie.
I would too.
Maybe like a mini series. They could do that.
They could
So
even go. They can even go animated.
yeah, like a what if. Well, it wouldn't be a what
Exactly.
if. It would be like what happened.
What would have been?
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. I would totally watch a what if. Like, what if he actually was Captain
If he
America?
was actually Captain America, that would be dope as hell.
Yeah, I would definitely watch that. All right. Also, just in case you just got a new viewer, we're talking about spoilers here of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Just as a warning, this is spoilers for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Um, what was I gonna say? So, as a whole series, what did you think of it?
All right, it's time to buckle down now.
Well, let's buckle down.
I thought that the series started off with so much momentum and potential
Mm-hmm.
that it kind of shot itself in the foot because you only have so many episodes to complete a really intricate storyline,
Mm-hmm.
and you can only spend so much time each episode explaining what happened as the domino effect.
Right.
So I feel like they started off really really strong. We had a lot of really really intense scenes with Zemo and like digging into that character. A lot of scenes with Bucky and Sam, like each character respectively, digging into their personal problems and like what they're dealing with, like their trials and tribulations.
Yep. I like that actually.
So, and I really enjoyed that, and it didn't even feel like most episodes didn't feel like an hour until the last. I would say maybe the two episodes before the finale, so 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not so much 4, but 5. Like I had a really really big beef with episode 5 because it brought all that momentum. It brought it to a fucking halt. It stopped at episode 5. I was completely uninterested in most of the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
and it just gave me a bad taste in my mouth. Like I said, for me to have expectations going into the finale, I had to forget about episode 5 and just think back on all the good shit that happened in 1 through 4. So I was still expecting at least like to them come bursting out the gates on some crazy shit, like fucking blowing my mind with every single scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they started off so well.
I have to agree with you, and part of the reason why it kind of feels a little sloppy in like the story, especially with Carly, is that apparently the original story was supposed to be about like a deadly virus that they're like spreading, and because it kind of hit too close to home, they had to like rewrite it.
Yeah,
So that's why there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
some scenes where it says like vaccine, keep cold, and stuff like that. You can kind of see like little glimpse of like what the story was supposed to be. So that's why when
Gotcha.
it comes to like Carly, you really don't care too much about her. You kind of like I don't care about Carly. But
Well,
I, what's up?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
mean to cut you off. I
Nah,
promise.
totally. It's fine.
One thing that I did like about the Carly character was when we were introduced to her. I think it was episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when we were introduced to her, you get this kind of like egomaniac that's only concerned about herself. Because that's how it seemed at first when we didn't have any background on
Mm-hmm.
her. But then you see that she really is doing all this shit for like the better of her people, and the fact that she was like tormented by the system, so to speak.
Yeah.
She is a real person. She lost people close to her foster mother. And that really hurt her. So that scene where Sam is like talking to her, and then what was his name? John Walker.
Yeah, John
He
Walker.
just he's like oh, he's taking too much time. I'm going in, and he just like kind of fucks everything up. Like we could have avoided most of episode 5 and 6 if Falcon would have got his point across to Carly, because they were having a very good conversation. Like
Mm-hmm.
you saw her almost turning a leaf over, and like
Right.
oh shit, am I really doing it the wrong way? Like trusting Sam, and it just shitted on that because we had another egomaniac in John Walker, Captain America,
Mm-hmm.
that just couldn't allow that transformation to happen. So I think that's part of the reason why I feel like he was just a roadblock in some of the later episodes.
True. But I feel like he was kind of like a plot device to just move the story forward at sometimes.
You needed that vigilante sort of antagonist, like not the boss, but like
Anti-hero.
somebody down here, yeah, like an anti-hero exactly. You needed somebody to offset the fucking goody two shoes that the goody two shoes role that Bucky and Sam were trying to play,
Is he the
because they
first
were always trying to
anti-hero?
be on the right side, huh?
Is he the first anti-hero in the MCU?
Black Panther was first.
He's not an anti-hero.
You're saying introduced as, or like an actual character that is an anti-hero moving forward?
I feel like he's an anti-hero though, cause he's not really a good
From
guy.
from from now from now on, he's not gonna be working as part of U.S. government. Like I said, they took the shield from him. They told him that he was relieved of his duty, that
Yeah.
he didn't have to help at all. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it's gonna be on a scenario like when the Sokovia Accords were signed and
Mm-hmm.
Cap and all them were on the run. I feel like he's gonna have to do shit under the table. I wouldn't mind getting a series revolving around him.
You know what's
It
crazy?
might make me enjoy him as a character.
You know when he was in the court and it was like, you're not gonna have any benefits. I'm like, damn, bro, you're not gonna get that Home Depot 10% off.
Yeah, bro, he's not gonna get paid. How the fuck is he gonna live?
True. But I gotta say it was enjoyable. Like it wasn't like a bad series. It wasn't like no Iron Fist or anything like that. But it was just enjoyable. It answered some
Right.
questions that I had, like what happened to the people that just blip back. Like,
Hmm.
do they just go back to living life? No, then
That was a big part of the story, actually.
yeah. So
And when, well,
it was just okay.
it was okay. I liked um, I like Falcon's speech. It,
Yeah.
it felt really genuine. Like even though all the cameras were on him, he's like, "Fuck that! I don't care about all these people here. I'm talking to you, Senator. I'm talking to you." Like I think it was the leader of like a district or some shit.
Yeah.
And he was cut. He was on their ass, bro. Back to back. Like, nah, you fucked up. You fucked up. You gotta do better. And I really like that because it builds the character moving
I like
forward.
how someone in the back was like, "Is that Captain Falcon?"
No, he said, "Is that Captain America?"
No,
And the
someone in
guy
the
was like, "Nah, that's Captain Falcon." Or some shit like that. Oh, yo, that shit was hilarious. Then another time, it was at that same moment when he was violating the senator.
Mhm.
He's like, "Oh, is that Black Falcon?" And he's like, "Nah, that's Captain America." And it's like, bro, give me a fucking break, you cornball.
I also like that. He also like mentioned that like he can feel the eyes just looking at him and saying that they don't approve. I'm like, you know what? I like that. I like that this show like it took on topics that was like a little dicey.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So I feel like if like the story wasn't changed and they still had like the original vaccine, it could have been like a good 9 or 10. Well, not 10, but like a good 8 or 9 show. But it's staying like a 6 or 7 for me. Probably 7. 'Cause it
Yeah, I
wasn't.
think I think I think they could have done so much more with that other storyline, even if it hits too close to home. Like the way the MCU is set up right now, this is happening like in 2024 or some shit. So it's
I just
like
I know it's
it
like
would
six
it
months before Spider-Man. That's what I know.
6 months before Spider-Man, but the blip was 5 years,
Yeah,
and Endgame was supposed to be in like what is it 2022 or some shit?
something like that. Yeah.
Because it was definitely in the future. Um, I don't know though. I don't know. I feel like they could have done so much more with that being their A storyline, and maybe bringing in the B storyline as somebody in the MCU is creating superhumans, and it could have been the Power Broker. You would have given her a more substantial character arc.
I don't know, but I really am digging how all these Marvel shows are like taking on the blip.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. They're at least shedding some light. It was questions that we all had that were unanswered. So I feel like any show that they take on that is a great way of answering those questions.
So I would definitely say in terms of hype, this kind of dipped a little bit. Like WandaVision killed it.
One division blew that shit out the water, bro.
Yeah. So I'm sure Loki will be just as good as maybe WandaVision.
Um, I actually have yeah, I was gonna say I have higher expectation for Loki only because of the trailer. Like it gave us a lot, and I feel like there's still a lot that we're missing.
It just
So
looks
I'm
fun.
really looking forward to that. Yeah, it looks fun as hell. WandaVision was actually really fun.
It was.
Like the episode that they had, it was like The Office. Um, that was probably the one that stuck out to me the most
Yeah.
because it had a lot of plot moving points.
Now let me ask you something. Do you think WandaVision was good because everybody had low expectations of it?
No, because I went in with low expectations for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay.
So I think that maybe it might have boosted the hype around it a little bit,
Hmm.
but for it being the first Marvel show, like we should have expected something good. And the simple fact is that we went in there kind of with no expectations, like what the hell is going on. So I feel like all in all, as a show, it
Mm-hmm.
was a good show. Like I don't necessarily think that's all a credit to our hype, you know?
Yeah. I will say this in terms of like getting you hyped for the next thing. I don't think Falcon and Winter Soldier did such a good job at that. Like I'm happy that there's a new Cap because I'm all for it. His suit looks cool.
Right.
He's doing cool shit, flying around. He has his little bird doing stuff. I'm all for it. It
Yep.
looks really cool.
I
But
agree. I agree.
I don't know what Bucky's gonna do next. And I don't even know. He's probably gonna be in Captain America 4, which they announced right
You
after
don't
the.
think he'll go back to Wakanda? He still had a
No,
really strong connection with him.
I don't think he'll go back to Wakanda. I think that chapter of his is done. He went there to just get himself fixed, like kind of a rehab thing. So I don't think he'll go
Well,
back.
to stop you in your tracks, um they actually called him White Wolf. So I don't know like we said, this show could have been kind of like took the bomb for the rest of the MCU because they wanted to throw those tidbits in there to lead us to another film or another series.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I think personally I would like to see him go back to Wakanda and see like maybe a threat come to Wakanda that they can't handle and it's like White Wolf is the fucking main character. Like that would be super sick. And it would be a way to not make the character stale
I don't
when
think it
he
will
just shows
work.
up in a random movie. Nah?
I don't think it will work. I think they get a lot of shit if they have a white dude save a country in Africa.
I mean they don't have Black Panther anymore.
Well, we'll see what they do
Which
about that.
actually
Technically, he's still
ac-
there. You just don't see him.
yeah, I was just gonna say, right. He's not dead in the films.
No,
Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman.
right,
But the character is still very much alive.
right. We just have to see how they kind of like deal with that
Hmm.
because I'm
Damn, I'm
sure that
hyped.
they didn't shoot any scenes with him, so I don't know what they'll do. And it'll be kind of weird if he kind of just like gives up the throne already.
I mean, they would have to write him off some way.
Like
Like
I'm interested.
they were talking about bringing Shuri as the new Black Panther.
I'd be down for
They
that.
have to find a way to write him off though.
Yeah,
I mean, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. Like,
Of course, yeah.
I can't say that enough, but like Marvel needs to move forward with that character, whether it be writing him off completely or giving fucking damn, what's his name, Michael B. Jordan, giving him the throne. You know, he had a change of heart towards the end of the
That
first
is
movie.
true.
So
And we didn't see his funeral, so he's not officially dead.
anybody that they don't kill on screen that we actually see their death, which people have come back plenty of times, even after we see them die.
Yeah, for all we know,
Um,
he fainted.
exactly. So I think they definitely need to move forward with this character. Was it Killmonger?
Yeah, Killmonger.
Yeah, they definitely need to move forward with that character. And I mean, what do you think about the dynamic between Bucky being a White Wolf, going on fucking missions with Killmonger? Like, you have two super hardcore characters, one that's had a change of heart. I mean, both have had a change of heart, so I think that dynamic might actually really work.
We'll see. We just have to see what the hell they do with Black Panther 2.
For sure.
So did you give a rating to the series?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with a 7.
For the whole series?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with a 7 for the series.
Okay. So, all right, I want to hear your prediction real quick before we end the show because we're a little bit over an hour.
Got you.
What do you predict you're gonna rate Loki right now, just based off trailers?
8.
You think it's gonna be an 8?
WandaVision was a strong 9 for me.
I think it's gonna be another 9.
You think so?
I think so.
What I will say, just to ease your mind, I think go in there with less expectations, so that you can be blown out of the fucking water.
Well, I'm gonna totally forget about this. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that young broke boy in the chat. By the way, thank you for following it. I just got the email. He said that Black Panther is one of the best movies in his opinion, like one of the best Marvel movies. I gotta disagree.
I wouldn't necessarily agree, but why do you say that, John?
Because I feel like Infinity War is a better movie and it takes place in Wakanda.
I feel like with Black Panther, what they did really well was build that world and set us up for Endgame coming back to Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
And like we're already familiar with the people and the land and their kind of civilization. But I wouldn't say that it's maybe it's one of the best. Like top 5.
I'll give it one of the best solo movies.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
If you're talking about solo movies, yeah, it's one of the best.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously those team up movies take
It's
the
like
cake,
you can't compare it because he's already in the movie, so it's kind of like
exactly
taking the cake away from it.
And we got that movie after Civil War, which I feel like was a really good movie.
Oh, dude, Black Panther was so badass in Civil War, especially when there's a helicopter shooting at him. He's like, "What?"
Yeah, he's like, "Huh?" Yeah, but like I said, I did like what they did with the world building, and I do feel like it's a really good movie. But as you said, probably one of the better solo movies, as opposed to one of the best overall Marvel movies.
Yeah, young broke boy. He just said not including any Avenger movie. All right, yeah,
not including any Avenger movie.
Yeah,
and it's still being one of the best. If it's not including any Avengers, any team up movies, I would probably put it top 3.
Yeah, it's just something special about Iron Man 1 in my heart. It's like just bam. It's iconic.
Iron Man 1 was a banger. I liked Captain America a lot too.
The first
especially especially just following Iron Man. It was kind of like you have this story set in the old times. Like I fuck with that. I dig that a lot.
I don't know. What would be my favorite solo movie? I don't know. That's something I'd have to think about.
Let's do a list.
We might do a list
next week.
I guess it's gonna be a segment, the list segment.
Thank you for your thoughts, bro. Boy, we appreciate you for joining, brother.
Yeah, we really yeah. Wow, I can't speak. It's like an hour's my limit. I really appreciate you coming here, young broke boy. But I'm ready to call it a show. Because you can see my English is fucking up already.
Yeah, right. I feel that.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next Thursday, 8 o'clock, as always. Take care. Peace.
Take care, guys.